This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
Good morning. It's now time for our cooking segment. We're live from Kelly's Furniture in the kitchen, and our guest is... Hi.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Good, good.
Thanks for filling in because
not a problem.
Egg Lady, she called in sick, so.
Not a problem. What we're going to make today is a grilled Kielbasa Penne pasta. Now, I wouldn't take full claim to this. My wife makes this roughly once a week because I love it so much. So I had her teach me how to make it last night. And we're just going to pass that on to everybody.
So right now we have kielbasa in here.
That's right.
Is this a whole one?
This is half of a kielbasa.
Okay.
Now, you can adjust that depending on how much you like kielbasa or how many people you're trying to feed. But what you want to do is any kielbasa will really work if you like turkey, beef, anything like that works for this recipe. The beautiful thing about this is you don't really need to use kielbasa. You can use leftover turkey, chicken, anything like that will work for this. We just use sausage for this.
Well, this will be a good after Thanksgiving Day, you know, with leftover turkey
what you're
to
going to
make.
do with the leftover turkeys. You don't just have to make a cold sandwich anymore.
Yeah.
So what we've done is we've just cut the half kielbasa into thin strips here. You can cut it any way you want to, and just kind of grill it up a little bit.
Did you add anything into the pan?
Nothing in the pan. This is all what you see in
grease?
the bottom there is just the grease and the fat cooking off of the sausage.
Smells delicious.
Yes, and then over to my right is we've already gotten some penne taken care of here that we've cooked. We're letting it cool down a little bit, get it a little al dente. And then what we're using actually is this Dreamfields. And I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but this is available at Hy-Vee and Walmart. It's actually a more healthier version of noodle. It's the less carbs. It's a little bit healthier for everybody. And you can find this in pretty much every form of pasta they make. So if you're trying to cut out those carbs, this is the best way to do it. My wife and I use that a lot. So we've boiled the noodles. We've got them cooling down. And what we're going to do is after we've cooked the pasta, we're going to let it sit for a minute. So I'm going to turn that off. And then we're going to start adding the ingredients to the pasta itself.
The pasta?
The pasta.
Okay.
And then we're going to add the sausage last. So what we have here is 1 cup of pesto. And you can buy this. It's usually in the refrigerated section, or if you make it yourself, pesto is pesto. And then you're just going to add that cup of that to it.
Okay.
And then we've got 1 tablespoon of dried basil. Now, it's a lot of basil, so if you don't like basil, this is not the recipe for you, because pesto is pretty much just basil. So we're going to add 1 tablespoon of dried basil to that already.
And then what is this right here?
That is a dash of oregano and about a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic. So we're going to add that to it. Make sure you evenly spread that out.
Or right in the middle.
Or right in the middle of it. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to start mixing that all together. Now, if your pasta is warm, this will be a lot easier because the pesto will move around a lot easier.
So that's what you want to do. You don't want to let the...
You don't want to get completely cool. You want it to be warm somewhat. That way it's easier to mix all this together. And then as you slowly mix this, what you're going to want to do, and you're going to have to do this for me, help me out here. I know. Is you're going to have to add a dash of pepper and a dash of salt to this as someone mixes it to get that even spread. There you go. That's good enough. You don't need a whole lot of sodium in there. And the pepper. That just gives it a little bit more flavor to it. And I've got this pretty much...
You know what has really good flavor?
This.
Kielbasa.
Yep. So what I'm going to need you to do now is, now that we've got this pretty much evenly mixed, is I need you to add the kielbasa to this. And this is the point where you add whatever meat you want to this. And if you don't want a meat, you could use like an acorn squash you've grilled up, a zucchini, anything like that you want to add to it. This is kind of the universal part to this dish. So if you're vegetarian, you don't need to use meat on this. Just throw it all in there.
I'm going to save...
a few to get you through the rest of the show there?
Yeah.
All right. And then you just mix this all together. And what you're trying to do is evenly spread that pasta, that pesto into that pasta along with all those spices. Now, we didn't drain the fat off there, mainly because I think it adds a lot more flavor to it. If you drain it off and try out the meat, you're going to have to deal with a little less flavor. Could you add any
vegetables in there if you wanted to? Like
Absolutely.
Tomatoes? That
you
sounds
could add
really good.
A few cut up Roma tomatoes, maybe a couple baby tomatoes, everything like that. Just mix them up in there.
And this is, you serve this as a hot pasta, right?
Yep. Well, you can serve it kind of cool.
I was going to say, for those that don't mind cold meat,
That's right.
I feel like this would be kind of good like a cold pasta as well,
and,
like a
and
side.
How much time do we have left? How long did that take us?
Less than 5 minutes.
Okay, so you add a couple minutes for the boiling of the noodles, cutting up of the things we shortchanged, and this could take you less than 10 minutes if you have all the ingredients. So it's an easy leftover meal or an easy on-the-go meal.
Okay. So what we'll do is we're going to try it when we come back.
We're going to try it when we come back, and we're going to do a little kick-up of an old drink.
Okay. And welcome back. If you're just joining us, we're live from Kelly's Furniture in the kitchen with our cooking segment, and Scott just showed us how to make
grilled kielbasa penne pasta.
So really quickly, this is delicious. I've already tried it. I cheated. I'm sorry.
That's right.
Can we recap the ingredients, because we made this in less than 5 minutes?
That's right. And basically we started off with some penne, boiled it, let it cool for a little bit, not too much. We grilled up half a kielbasa. And we cut it into strips, as you can see there. Grilled those up, and then we took the noodles, drained them, and then started adding a cup of penne, a tablespoon of dried basil, a quarter cup of garlic, and then a dash of oregano. Mix it all together then once you get that all put together, and you're ready to serve.
It is delicious. I can't stop eating.
If you like basil, this is definitely a great meal for you. So then, of course, we've got a drink to make, and I wanted to spice up an old favorite of most people out there do like Blue Moon. And this one is thanks to the Dukem downtown. They taught me this one. And you can spice up a Blue Moon if you're, drinking a few of them and you want to try something different, is if you add just a shot of peach tree schnapps, which is just a peach schnapps, and I'm sure this probably works with strawberry and a few others. I don't think it'll work with mint schnapps. There we go, just a little bit.
Because usually when you do order a Blue Moon and they ask if you want
orange.
fruit, you get an orange, or some places offer lemon. And you had mentioned this, and I told you that it sounds delicious.
And it does. It just adds something different. Now, it is a little bit sweeter, so if you're not a fan of a sweet beer or sweet drinks, this wouldn't be something for you. But if you really like Blue Moon and you like the orange, you always have to have an orange in your Blue Moon. This is a great alternative to it. So
cheers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That is
like
much
that?
better than the orange or the lemon.
Yeah, and I tell you, once you try it once, if you really like them, you're going to be ordering them all the time.
All right. Well, I'm set to go, so
I think so.
I'll just see you later.
It's only 7 in the morning, right?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
That's right.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll post the recipe to Scott's dish on our website at heartlandconnection.com. Just click on the top of the homepage on the Good Morning Heartland tab, and thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm Ella Soroka.
And I'm Scott Kellum.
Your news will continue tonight with KTVO News at 5, but you can check us out anytime at heartlandconnection.com.
You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We hope you have a fabulous weekend. Be extra careful if you are heading outdoors. Don't forget to just drive and take the pledge on heartlandconnection.com, and we'll see you right back here Monday morning at 5:30 a.m.